Okay, I forgot for a minute how to go live, so I think I've got it going. Guys, let me know. Make sure you can see me and hear me, because I really did have problems getting into this live stream. I can't even see. I don't even know how many people, because I don't see that. But chatting, I've got 3 people. I got Deborah, I got one Scott, and I've got Mom. Can you guys hear me? So it looks like the storms are going to they upgraded the storms, or the chance of tornadoes, I think, is what they upgraded. We were at a 3 and now we're at a 4. The storms were originally going to get here, I thought, about 8 or 9. And now my brother's telling me it's going to be like midnight. And so I don't know how I'm going to get any sleep. And let's see, let me think about it. Grounds, family, farm, grounds, rhymes with crowns or brown or something like that. Good to see you guys in here. But you get to stay up late tonight. Hey, Susie and Hovita, hello. Random things I do, hello. Yeah, I will stay up probably just out of anxiety, stay up a little bit later tonight. Hi, Amanda and Tammy. I really don't know. Some nights when it storms, I'm able to go to, hang on. I'm able to go to sleep, and then some nights I am not. I'm not a big fan of tornadoes. I'm at Mom and Dad's right now, and I will stay here. They do have a safe room. Their house is certainly better built than mine, but they have a safe room. So that's the big thing right now. We've had some, not we here, but Oklahoma has had some serious tornadoes here these last few days, and they're saying this is going to be like another one of those storms. So I will definitely be watching as the storms come in. Of course, right now in a live stream, but I plan on. I had Ryan Hall y'all on earlier, and I plan on watching him and some local news channels live stream, just to keep an eye on people that I know in Oklahoma and in the path of the storm, because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in Oklahoma and in Arkansas. Let's see what the chat's doing. There's a lot of people talking. I appreciate that. Keep that chat going. Ask me questions. Keep the conversation going. It is hard to do a live stream by yourself. It's not easy. It's easier for some people, more easier for some people than it is others. It's hard for me to keep a conversation going to myself. So, okay, is it Gary? I'm not sure if it's Gary. Kelly, Donna. I said hi to Tammy and Amanda. Cindy. Deborah says I do great. So we are at the end of the day. My eyes are tired. I left my glasses over at my house, so I just have to try to guess at what you guys are saying. Cindy watches Ryan in Ohio. Storms coming tomorrow in our neck of the woods. Praying for everyone. Yes, that is kind of like all you can do is pray. Kelly Clayton. I think they've said, like, when they installed their safe room. I think they said they've not ever lost a life of someone who's been in a safe room. I don't know. Does anybody know? Is that a real deal? Is that the real thing there? But honestly, if a tornado big enough and strong enough, there's a tornado strong enough to pull train tracks off the ground, then I don't see how a safe room is going to do any good. Prayer is about the only thing that's they can get you there. Kelly says yes. Yes to the safe room thing, I'm assuming. So be sure to check out the affiliate links in the description below this video. That's pretty much the only time I mention them is in the live stream. So I have 3 affiliate links. One of them is Switch Away, one of them is Jace Medical, and one of them is Grub Terra. So check them out and see if that's something that you're interested in. If you make a purchase through those links, especially, it's kind of important to use my code, because I'm unsure if like everyone that uses the links, I get credit for it. But if you use the code, then I can actually see the code go through. Like I think Jace Medical is LG10. And so when you use that, I can see it, and I can see if it's capitalized or not capitalized and all that. So check them out. See if that's something you're interested in. Susie says, we're supposed to get some storms early tomorrow morning, but not anything severe so far. Well, hopefully, Susie, hopefully you guys don't get severe weather. It's no bueno. It's no fun. Or doing it over and over and over again. I have those, I have those baby goats out there. I have those cows, the calves out there, and I just I can't worry too much about it. But it is, Mom, you need a ceiling fan in here. In the other office, you had a ceiling fan. It's hot in here. Let's see. I think I wish I could see how many people. I think we got enough people in here. We're far enough into the live stream. So I wanted to talk about something. I'm not familiar with a safe room. So sorry for the loss of your cat. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, to the safe room. I'm not familiar with a safe room. Donna, I don't know how to, a safe room is, I don't even know what they're made of. So I really can't tell you a whole lot. It's a room. It's, rather than going underground into a storm cellar or a bunker, as some people call it, you go into a room and it locks, and it's supposed to protect you. 21. Okay, thank you guys. How many thumbs up? Do we have 21 thumbs up? That's the next question. So it keeps you, it's not only for tornadoes, but like if someone breaks into your home and they have weapons, it can protect you from that as well. You go in there and lock yourself in, and they would have to have some pretty big ammunition to get through that. Let's see. Have the walkers ever used the safe room in a storm? I don't know. I would, as many tornadoes that we have over in Oklahoma, I would assume that they have at least put their children in there during, times. Like if it's in the middle of the night and here comes a tornado, I mean, the first thing parents do is get their kids up and put them in a cellar or in a safe room, because that sometimes that's hard to get that done quickly. So you get them in there before the parents actually go on in there. So, or at least that's how I did it. I didn't ever have a cellar or a safe room, but like if I had to, like a center bathroom or closet or whatever, when I had kids, Greg, or if I had my nephews or niece over, if I had foster kids or whatever, I woke them up and put them in that bathroom or that closet or whichever it was, depending on where I lived. Hope the weather isn't bad tonight for you. Later in the week, it looks much better. It does look better later in the week, which is a good thing because we have that auction coming up. But now tonight, it's supposed to be bad. Sounds almost like a human gun safe. Kind of, yeah. Kelly's got me on the thumbs up. Somebody, Kelly, I can't read the name. I'm not familiar with the name, so I can't. Is it Flair's family went into the safe room? I'm not sure. I don't know who they are. Where are they located? Is it tonight? So, I got a few comments. Yes, just like human gun safe. I got a few comments on Flair. Okay, Flair family. On the calves that I wanted to address, they weren't bad comments. These people that commented, Mom, turn on the AC. That is awesome. I feel the AC. Everybody thank Mom for me. It feels good. So anyway, I got a few comments making maybe some suggestions and asking questions as to why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them with the cows. And so I just wanted to address that to help you guys better understand. That's a good mother. Help you understand exactly what is going on, because apparently I haven't made that clear. These weren't bad comments. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset about them at all. But so there's a couple of acres that I have fenced off that I didn't do. It came that way on part of my property that is up to the front of the property. And my house sits on the front end of the property, and the shop and the goats and the cows are behind me. Unfortunately, I would rather be back further off from the road for multiple reasons, but that's not the way it is. So this 2 acres is on the west side of my house. It's closer to me in the house, closer to the house, rather than letting the cows roam the 19.5 acres. If I put them in that 2 acre part, I can keep an eye on them. So the plan was to put them in. I knew when we put the bull with the cows, I knew when they could potentially start calving. Didn't see any of them breed, so I can't do a countdown. And the same thing with hey Matthew, IGG is my nephew. I can't do a countdown. I don't know exactly when their due date is, and I don't know the due date on the goats. It's just keeping an eye on them. And I knew when we put the bull with them, so I knew that April the 24th was the earliest time that they should calf. Now, anything can happen there, but you guys are distracting me in the comments. So I had planned on putting them. We got the bull out. We got the you guys saw the video where we got the steers out, and Amy took the heifer back to her house because she's going to make a milk cow out of it. So I had plans on putting these cows as they got closer, like the April 24th actually, as they got closer to their due date, or when they could possibly have a due date. I was going to put them in the 2 acres. There's nothing special there. There's not a barn. There's not a shed. There's not a shelter. There's some trees, but mainly just a little bit of pasture for them to eat. I don't have shelter for the cows out here, and I know that's going to make somebody out there mad. But I mean, cows everywhere, they don't have shelters. So a couple things happened when I was going to do that. And one of the things that happened, let's see, we're on May 6th. One of the things, now remember the first date that they should have been able to calve based on when we put the bull with them was April 24th. And I'm trying to think of what happened that weekend that I was going to do it. I can't remember exactly what took place, but so was it last weekend? Maybe it was the weekend before they had the big storms come through. When did Sulphur get hit? I think it was last weekend. The last like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we had chances of a large storm. During that, cows nowhere. I can't see because the heart. I have somebody say something so that moves that up. I can see is what he's saying. Now mom's cold. What? No, she's got blankets. She's got heated blankets. Cows, thank you, Kelly. Cows know where the safe trees are. Yes, 8 days ago. The water you hauled, that was hard. Yes, it is hard. And I'm trying to get to why that's happening. Jackie finally caught me live. Glad you're here, Jackie. So I was going to put them in that weekend. That I had planned it, and then they said that we were going to have these storms. They didn't say it could rain or it could storm. They said it's going to storm, and there will be tornadoes. So I didn't put the cows over there because I have a well, but I don't know what I need to make it a working well. There is a well that here. There's a well house. It used to work. People used to use it. but I don't have it set up, right? I need to get someone out here to get it. That's just, that's going to take some time. Water Farm fams in here, no notification. Dang that YouTube. Thank you for coming in. You know what? You should text me when you're going live. Like, I need to be there, and I need to make sure that you're staying in line and talking, talking straight, not making stories up when you go live. YouTube against the world. Yeah, I got a story about YouTube here in a little bit. So I wasn't going to put them in there because I don't have the well working, and you are the merch manager. That's funny. Hey, Cassie, notice Amy's not in here. I'm live. She was in your live. She doesn't even know you. Now I'm live. I sent her a link, and she is still not in here. So no well. And so I had to run the water hose as far as I could over here. I had problems. So let's see, to make this, I'm getting all mixed up. Another problem I had is I recently had the hot water tank in my house replaced. It's a brand new water tank. We put the water tank in when I moved in. And then I had a guy come up, and she knows me. I'm just cooler, I guess. Well, then if she knows you and you know her, call her up and tell her to get on the live stream. So we had to replace the hot water tank. First, we replaced the pop-off valve because it began leaking from there. And so we just replaced the pop-off valve. That didn't fix it. I went to take a shower, got out, there's water, right? So we replaced the tank. When we replaced the tank, one of the shutoff valves in the back had a leak. When we turned off the shutoff valve, when it was open, it didn't leak. When we shut it, it sprung a leak. So we had to replace that little bit of piping on that shutoff valve, replace the hot water tank, and it still leaks through the pop-off valve. So the pressure was off, it seemed like. And it seemed to had recently gotten worse, the water pressure. And it might not have anything to do with what I'm about to tell you, but the water pressure was too much. Then I started not having water pressure like all last week. Like it was horrible. And I thought, there was a leak. And so I would turn on the faucet and I would go out and look at the meter, and it was running. And I turn off the faucet and I go out to the meter, and the meter wasn't spinning. So I knew there wasn't a leak. I knew there wasn't a leak that was causing water to run when the water was off. I mean, I guess there couldn't there have been a leak when I had the water running, a leak from my house to the meter somewhere. I mean, I knew when I turned off the water was not running. So, but the pressure was horrible. And so then this weekend, so think about this, when I'm taking 5-gallon buckets, I'm filling up 5-gallon buckets and carrying them on the side-by-side, or even my riding lawnmower. I did that a couple of days. To the water trough. So the cows aren't going to be there very long. They're just there long enough to calve. Video isn't out yet. There is already a second calf. I'll tell you that. So that I lost a calf. I had a calf. There's another one that you will see on this weekend's video. And then there's just one left. So they're not going to be there very long. And so Sunday, the water pressure was, doesn't mean you have her number. The water pressure was horrible. Like it took forever to fill up these 5-gallon buckets. And I'm thinking there's got to be a leak. There's got to be, like, when the water's running, there's got to be a leak, like under the house or something. I'm on a crawl space, and but I ain't going under there because I don't like spiders. And so I went to call the water company just to check, see if they were doing something goofy, because this water, they're silly. They do some things. But so I called them. I couldn't because it was Sunday. I started to Saturday, and then Sunday it was like really bad, and I couldn't. So today I called and I said, I'm having problems with my water pressure. Are you guys doing something that would cause that? And she said her first statement or question was, do you have water at all? And I said, yeah, a little bit. I can brush my teeth, but I can't take a shower. And she said, well, hey, Terry, MT Homestead, She said, Cindy says, I hear you're designing shirts for the walkers. She said most people don't have water at all, and they haven't had water for 7 days. And she said there's a public shower on such and such. I'm not going to tell you where I live, but they got like 6 showers up there. And I said, there is no way I'm going to go to a public shower. But, I didn't tell her that, mom and dad are across the street on a well and I could take a shower there. Hey, Brampton Gardner, I saw your short that you put out. So like for 7 days, people don't have water. And so it just happened, the timing, like Amy's like, why don't you get another water hose and just, well, it'd take a couple of other water hoses to get it there. But I'm like, I don't have the water pressure, I don't know what to do. And so it just kept getting worse, but they're doing something. And she's like, well, we're working on it day and night, trying to get it done. And I was like, okay, whatever. We're hanging up now. Just as long as I know, I said, I'm just calling you to make sure that it's not you guys before I call a plumber out there. What if we need a shower? Go ahead and throw that address. I should have asked her what her address was and said, no, I'll just come to your house for a shower. But anyway, that's what's going on. It's a 110 gallon stock tank. We had 2 of them out there, and I was filling them up with the water hose, with the water I get from the rural water service. And I had more cows. I had the calves out there and I had the bull out there too. When we moved the calves to Amy's parents' house, we took that second stock tank, which belongs to Amy, out to the parents' house so that they can have something to drink out there. Because we're nice like that. We don't want them out there without any water. And so I just emptied this one. It was on a video. I emptied it, put it over at the 2 acres where I have the cows so that I can keep an eye on them while they're calving. Like, so one comment was like, when my cows are going to calve, I bring them up to, I don't even know where. She has a place where she brings them up closer to her where they can have shelter, where, she can keep an eye on things and there's no predators and all that. And I get that. That was my intention. And like I said, I'm not angry. These are not bad comments. These are just comments. And I'm like, if I get a few of them, it's like, clearly I've not made myself clear and I just need to clarify a little bit. I'm bringing them over to the 2 acres so that I can keep an eye on them. The timing is off. Things have prevented me from getting them over there during when I wanted to. During all this, I'm having problems with the water. And so another hose, like there's not enough. It takes forever as it is to fill it up. Even if I was under the faucet. Thank you, Mom. Mom says, smash that thumbs up. Apparently there's not enough of you I bet Cassie hasn't smashed that thumbs up. And I bet you Terry hasn't smashed it. And I bet you Amy's not even in here yet. And the grounds, whatever they're going to do, what they do. What if we need a shower? At Walker Farm Fam shirt idea. Ramson's face and a cartoon character saying, welcome back to the channel, guys. I bet he'll like that when he's a teenager. Willow. Hey, Miss Lorie. First time catching a live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Kay Barnes is in here. Who else? I don't think I've missed anyone else. But so, yeah. Thank you, Tammy. So I do try to bring them in closer. They don't have shelter. I don't have that. And I would like to. That would be cool if I had the finances for that, but I don't. And I don't see a reason for cattle. Now, a few other people commented. A few other people commented about the birds. And I had said in the video that it looked like the calf was stillborn. And see, yeah, I guess it counts. I hear it counts. I hear all it takes is just interaction, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That counts double. I really have to think about you guys' last name. I have to think rhymes with crowns. Like I really do. It's hard. Um, so they said I mean I said that in the video that it looked like it was stillborn, and I said that she was protecting it from the birds. Like there were birds there when I looked out in the pasture. I saw her and I saw the birds, and there was like a standoff. And the eyes of the calf was gone when I did go out there. The calf was cleaned up. It wasn't ooey. It wasn't gross. It wasn't, she had cleaned it up. It was dead, and the eyes were gone. And its ears were like pinned back. You know how the ears are back when they're first born. You just call us whatever, we'll answer. So that's, it looked like to me that it was stillborn. Well, a few comments were like, well, if they're the black vultures, like the black Spanish vultures or something, that hey, Critter Creek, that they will actually attack. If it's like the turkey vultures, I don't know. If it's not like the turkey vulture's on his bag, there's a black vulture that is apparently, what is it called when you can't shoot them? What's that called? Somebody get it to me quick. Watching from the UK here. Hope you are doing good. I am. Thank you, Caroline. What's it called when they're protected? Yeah, protected, but yeah, there's another word I'm trying to think of. Protected. I don't know. There is another word I'm trying to think of. But anyway, so you can't shoot them. No, not endangered. I don't know. During the storm, I'll think of it. I'll be awake and I'll think of it. But anyway, so you can't shoot them, but they are like aggressive when the cows are giving birth before the calf even gets up. They said that, and these are in comments. There's at least two, maybe three people mentioned this. That and Broke Cowgirl was one of them. I don't see her in here. She's usually in my live streams, but that they attack the eyes. They'll kill the calf before the mother even has time to clean them up while she's giving birth. I did not know that, and that was one of the reasons. Dad, how can you not be subscribed? What kind of mess is that? One will come after live animals. Only one comes after dead. My animal kid isn't here. My animal kid. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, yeah, sheep and goats too. That's what they said. So, like the turkey vultures were scavengers, but this other kind of bird, I want some kind of vulture, black, Spanish, I don't know. Yeah, we'll attack them when they're alive, and it'll take their eyes out, and then it'll open their guts again and start to eat on them. So I'm having a hard time. So anyway, that was the reason. One of them wants a shelter out with her cows and up closer where she can keep an eye on them. This took place when I wasn't home. I had gotten home from work and was taking care of animals, feeding for the evening, waiting on Amy and them, because Amy, that's another thing that might have confused some people. Only two of the cows out here are mine. Well, now there's a calf out here that is mine. Amy has two cows and I have two cows, and then Amy has the bull, and the bull comes to my house when it's time for the bull to be at my house, and then it goes back to her house when the calves start calving. The steers right now are at her mom's house, which that wasn't planned, but that was just convenient because they just moved their horses somewhere else. Long story. So they had some land that was just sitting there. So the calves are there and the bull. So, so those cows, they're not all mine. The bull comes and goes. The cows stay at my house. The calves stay at my house until it's time to wean them. And this is new. Like, I'm just getting into this. Last year was the first time we had calves born that lived. The very first time I bought a cow and didn't even know she was pregnant. And a week later, she lost a calf because it was positioned wrong. And I had no idea that she was going to have a calf that week. Like, I had no idea. So anyway, that's the deal with why I'm having to do the watering like I am. It is to keep the cows up closer to me so that it is easier for me to keep an eye on them, and they're not having calves out in the field where a predator can get to them. It's just me here. The side by side, or the gator, whichever you want to call it, you see me ride, that belongs to Dad. It is not mine. I don't have it all the time, and so put them up at the 2 acres. And apparently I'm going to carry buckets of water. And one day they'll get this water thing fixed. One day. It's been 7 days. They're going to get it fixed, and I won't need it, because all I'm doing is waiting on them to have their calves and, get them, make sure they get up, make sure they're alive, make sure they're healthy, see what the gender is. And that's it. Then we're going to turn them back out. Out and about with Dave and Daisy. We need an address and what? We need to address them self-addressed stamped envelopes. What are you talking about? Black vultures also hunt. Among its targets are newborn cattle, goats, and sheep. Now, see, my goats, they have a shelter, and they're closer to the house, and most of the time they have a dog with them or close to them. Good morning from Australia. Those babies were cute. Hope they all well, and Mom is well. The babies, the goats, all of them are doing well. I lost a calf, lost one. Critter Creek was a great video, but had to laugh when you dropped the bucket of water. Yeah, I could see that. 3B Homestead, hello. Sorry we're late, watching the weather. I need to be watching that weather probably. Looking at vultures. Turkey vultures do not kill their own prey. Migratory black vultures will hunt. And that's what they were asking if they were. And I don't know. When I went out there, they left. That wasn't even to see what the difference was in the birds, wasn't even on my mind. I did not know that we had 2 different kind of vultures and that one would actually hunt and kill. But I will be watching now. If they're self-addressed stamped envelopes, then why do we need to address? Bruh, I don't know. I don't know. Those storms are not supposed to hit us till 1 to 3 a.m. Hope everyone stays safe. I hope so. You got to be careful going out there. Remember Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds. I do remember that movie. And there was one, surely that wasn't Alfred Hitchcock, but it was one about the giant tomatoes. Hello, Lorie. Finally see your live stream. Love your channel. Thank you, Maureen. Pat, running late. Better late than never. Google says ravens can do that. These were not ravens. These were big. Ravens can take with raven. Nah, not a cow. Surely. And these are very small. These are Dexters, so they're very small. So, I mean, I don't know. I will be watching. I'm going to look up, see what each kind of vulture looks like out here. And I'll be keeping an eye on that now, because like, I just assumed, until I got those comments, I just assumed the thing was stillborn, because she was being a good mother. She cleaned it up. She was standing guard against those birds. I mean, there was a standoff. There was a line of birds, and the cow is keeping them away. Yeah, calves and sheep. Just read an article. I'm shocked we have ravens out back, and now I'm worried about Dexter. Your dog? Google said I was 25. Google said I was 25 years old. I'm not going to argue with them. Can I put one of the dogs with the cows? No, I cannot. The dogs would get out. It's like they wouldn't stay. It's barbed wire fence. But I never thought that would be an issue because the cows, when they're giving birth, they kind of get away from the one giving birth a little ways, but they take care of each other. They take care of each other's calves. They will let other calves nurse. And there's always one cow with the calves, at least one cow. I mean, usually you see the calf and mom, but even if the mom isn't there, there is a cow with the calves. Like they take care of each other. And I don't know if all cows do that or if my cows are special or if it's Dexter's. I don't know, but they do. They nurse each other's calves and they take care of each other's calves. I see my goats won't do that. So I've been, what time is it? I've been, just hopefully real quick story, quicker than this other one. She still don't get that joke. No, I don't get the joke. I'm not with you. I'm not on the same page. I don't get it. So I've been watching interviews. So you know how you got the short page and it goes one short right after another. YouTube same thing. YouTube just throws shorts in here. Try this one. So there was one about I don't remember, something to do with most violent women in prison or something. I don't know. It's something weird. And I clicked on it. Got my attention. I clicked on it. And so since then, YouTube's been showing me these videos about prison, and then it got to serial killers. And so the last few days, I've been watching like interviews with serial killers and stuff. And have you been employed by Cassie for merch yet? Not technically employed, no. So I'm watching these interviews with these serial killers, and it was it's stuff that kind of like lingers with you. Think about it after, like if I watch Cassie, one of Cassie's videos, and I go on, you don't think about it. Like you just watch the video and you enjoy it or you don't, you thumbs up or thumbs down, and you go on about your business and go on to the next thing. But these interviews with these serial killers, if you're normal, it will stick with you because it's like, it's disturbing. It's like, you can't understand them. Like you cannot understand them. It's not like, so here's the thing. They can watch us that can have compassion on people, us that have normal empathy, right? There's so many of us to watch. There's so many, even on TV, even with things going on, even when you're watching the cops show, those people that are getting in trouble by cops, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are a psychopath or necessarily mean that they don't have empathy or that they can't receive help, right? But you hear interviews with serial killers and you can't get into their head. There's not enough of them that you know of, right? Hopefully there's not enough of them, but we don't get to sit and watch them on TV all day long, or we don't get to go to the mall. Not that I go to the mall, but like people watch. You don't get to watch Psychopath Watch or whatever. So I'm watching these videos over the weekend and then today, and I went out to my car. I was at work and I had actually just watched one of those, and I went out to my car to make a phone call, and I was off the phone and I saw this woman come out, and I noticed that she wasn't paying attention. And because I was at work and she wasn't paying attention, so she's a customer, I didn't get out of the car. I didn't I didn't feel like interacting with people in any way. And so I didn't get out of the car. I was going to wait for her to get in the car and leave. And then I was going to get out and go back in. Because she wasn't paying attention. Now, if she looked up and saw me, I would have, it would have been different. I would have gotten out of the car and we might have said hi, or we might have talked. I don't know, but she wasn't paying attention. I don't remember what she was doing, but I remember that she wasn't paying attention, and that's why I was going to stay seated in the car and not be seen. And you think I'm weird. So she walks, her car is next to mine, and her car is smaller than mine, and it's a dark color, much darker color than mine. I mean, like, there's no comparison to the car. And she walked in front of my car and came around to my door and opened my door. And I said, "Hey," and she almost peed her pants. Like, it scared her. Like, she wasn't expecting that. She was in another world. I wish I could remember what she was doing. She may have been looking at her phone, but she was in another world, and it startled her. She thought she had walked to her car and opened her car door. But I was thinking, man, if I had not noticed that she wasn't paying attention and I'd not seen her coming, like maybe I was on my phone. I'm sitting in my car looking down at my phone, not paying attention to what's going on, having been watching these YouTube videos about interviews with serial killers, and I had just watched one, and then she come and opened my door. That could have gone about 3 different ways. Like, that could have been really bad. And so that was pretty funny, because it really scared her. It really startled her, and she has no idea. She has no idea how that could have ended up, though. I don't watch those kind of shows. It's too scary. It's disturbing. It is. It's disturbing. Willow, yep. Watch one of the crime videos and your recommends get hammered. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing, is that they keep feeding it to you. Once you watch something, they keep suggesting it to you, and your head can get in a bad place. And I don't mean in a dark place. I mean, it can just kind of mess with you for a minute. Lock your door. I do quickly as I get into the car. I didn't think I had a need to lock my door. I was just making a phone call, and the person didn't answer the phone, and I was going to go back in, and I was just waiting for her to leave, because I didn't think she didn't notice me. But that's all. I was totally aware of my surroundings, and thankfully I was, because I'm not real sure how I would have handled that had I not been. I have a few stories to tell you. I had 2 men try to get into my truck. That would be a problem. That would definitely be a problem. And it didn't matter if I was paying attention or not. I've gotten in the wrong car before, but it was almost exactly the same minivan, and only a row off. Yep. Random things I do. I keep waiting to see the one I made about me. I quit watching the scary stuff years ago. I'm 67. Loud noises startle me. This old gal carries. If you click on the 3 dots by the thumbnail, you can click on not interested, and they will stop showing up in your recommend. What if I'm bored one day and I do want to see it, though? I feel like we need to know what's out there. I feel like it's safer if we know what's out there. Yeah, I don't mean binge watch it like maybe I have the last few days, but I think we need to know what we could potentially be up against. If you don't know, then you could get surprised one day. Probably would have decked her. Well, Reba, good to see you. I don't know what I would have done. Because it didn't happen. Like, I was paying attention. I don't know what I would have done, but it could have. There's a few different ways that could have gone. You don't like the true crime either. You don't like it. Always have your door locked. Deborah, all I watch is homesteading and true crime. Great combo. There are some really sick people up there. But hey, listen, I am not talking about your regular petty thief. I'm not talking about people who are on drugs. There is hope for at least some of them. I'm talking about these people that just cannot in any way, shape, or form feel empathy. And there's one interview in particular that was quite disturbing. And I wish I could remember his name. I'd tell you his name, and then you can go Google it, and then you can have all the recommendations for it. But I can't think of his name. Outdoors with Vance. Hello. I'm 67, grew up in a funeral home. Not a whole lot scares me. Oh, man. So as a child, though, did you have problems? Was it hard? Man, I wonder if I can look that up. Like in my history. Ovita, thank you. Are we getting close to the storms in Northwest Arkansas? Not Northeast Oklahoma yet? Living in Abundant Grace just showed up. We were just talking about her. Storms and now crime scene stories with LG. How am I going to sleep tonight? Shoot. I used to play with my best friend in the funeral home. His parents lived on top of it. And see, now we know what's wrong. I knew it was something, but now I know. See, Amy lost all the best, all the, ugh. Amy didn't get to hear the stories, is what I'm trying to say. Man, I watched too many of these. I want to try to find this name for you guys. I've gotten away from the true crime videos and more interested in the judicial aspects. So I watch a lot of LawTube, which is channels on YouTube that really lawyers and go over cases. Yeah, I've done that, and I get irritated with the laws. Like I get frustrated. British dude who reacts to a lot of, I can't read. I don't know, a lot of something stuff. What stuff? I can't read that. What does that say? I need glasses in here. Don't bring me glasses, Mom. I don't need them that bad. Hey, look, I may find this guy. Oh. Okay, I found it.
How long does it take to get a summer body?
How long does it take to get a summer body? I found it. Don't go anywhere. I like to watch Judge Jeffrey Milton. It is called Piers Morgan's Most Chilling Interview with a Self-Confessed Monster. Serial killer. It doesn't tell his name. Bernard Giles is his name. BERNARDGILES. But if you watch this interview, and I don't know if I can get, that was a disturbing one. That really was a disturbing one. If you want to watch it, you have to, you might not, you might have seen it you may be quick like that, but you can pause it. You can rewind and pause and write it down or screenshot it or something and look that up. That was very disturbing because he didn't seem sick. He seemed normal. He seemed like I would have had no idea. Like watching it, I had to keep reminding myself that he was a serial killer. I had to keep reminding myself. Like it was crazy. Messed with my head. I get irritated with the law too, but you do learn a lot. And he wins when corruption is busted. I've been watching Into the Wild Frontier. What is that? It's a story about men. I'm just reading and I'll find my answer. Story about men and women, but mostly men who explored our nation. I'll watch them often. There are 3 seasons. That sounds cool. They left my name out. Whatever. Most serial killers to act normal. Most serial killers do. Yeah, they do. But this one was particular. This one was, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to watch. You just have to watch. Because I've seen them, I've seen them cry, like real tears, but no heart. And I've seen them lie. One of the problems I guess I'd had was his respectful tone to everyone, and his truthfulness, his honesty. It was just strange. Yeah. Willow, the absolute most disturbing thing to me is when like a 10-year-old is a freaking serial killer. Yeah, I watched one who was 17 and he killed a 98-year-old woman. It was random things I do. You'd be surprised how many serial killers you walk by when you walk down through a town or a big city. You know a lot of psychopaths, not a lot of serial killers. Like either they have that tendency to kill or they don't. But they can still, a lot of people. There are a lot of people. There are attorneys and doctors and they actually make really good doctors and brain surgeons and stuff like that, and attorneys that have no empathy, have no compassion, but they don't have a drive to kill. Good evening, Lorie and everyone in the chat. RNW Farmstead. Serial killer killed a man and his daughter in our town and came into our funeral home to see them. We didn't know he was the killer until that's crazy. There was one when I grew up, where I grew up when I was a kid, when I was in junior high, and he was a serial killer, and he kidnapped one of the kids at the school. My brother was in PE with the kid and killed him, and it was very disturbing. Remember the Boston Strangler? I do not, Mom. Mom, you know who I'm talking about? Who the killer that kidnapped the kid at our school? No, I'm starting to hurt. My shoulder and neck is really starting to hurt. And then there are we have gone from homesteading and farming to serial killers, and that's my fault. I apologize. I'll bet you my pain management doc is a serial killer or has the tendency. That is scary. I would be finding me a new doctor. We just need to pray for those with those problems. So I don't know. I don't know what to think or believe there. But what I do know is that the people that they affect, it's got to be extremely difficult not to hold hatred there, and we certainly need to pray for those who have been affected by the loss of a loved one. Mom says, yes, I don't remember his name. I remember his nickname, Mom, but I don't want to say it. There was a boy from the high school there that he got also, and the boy got away. Yeah, I think that's how they caught him. But this guy that was at the junior high, he was 13, I think. 14. He was 14. Oh, man. He never smiles and has no personality at all. Jackie. Sounds like our accountant. Yeah, I went out and got something to eat and came back to you all talking about being scared and serial killers. Yeah, that was my bad. I shouldn't have told that story. So, Jackie, have a pain management doctor too. They seem to enjoy your pain. That's funny. Hey, Peggy, I don't think I said hi to you before. I don't think I did. I don't remember. Yeah, Kelly, can't handle that. I'll be back to the cows yet. I'll be back to the cows yet. Do not know what that means. Pain management doc here too. Actually had a spine ablation by him just this past Thursday. Oh, you were late. What about Jeffrey Dahmer? I have watched his interview before. I haven't in recent days, not in this season of my serial killer watch. Yeah, he's not the only one. Unfortunately, he's not the only one that does that. Okay, so back to the cows and goats and the chickens and stuff like that. Another comment is what I get is okay. So other comment I get is about that rooster. So I want to sell that rooster. I want to take him to an auction and I want to sell him. I want to watch his butt go to somebody else's house. But I need a replacement rooster. And so what I was going to do is hatch some eggs, and I was going to keep some for replacement. Like, just I don't know who's who. I don't know. They all look the same when they're born. When they hatch, Amy's like, oh thank goodness. So I was going to keep some of what I hatched and take some to the auction to see how they sell, see how the death layers are sell. And you're safe to come back now. But you remember the first time I tried to hatch them, only one hatched, and I still got that lone chick and fully feathered, but too small to put anywhere. And then I put some more eggs in a different incubator. I bought a new incubator. The first incubator, the humidity dropped real low, like it went down to 30% like overnight. I bought this new incubator, a different kind of incubator, and its humidity stayed kind of high. Like it was pretty high, stayed high. But I thought no big deal. It's not going to be a problem because they need it. After it was pretty normal. It was like at 55% in the beginning, which is good. And then it just it stayed pretty high, 70%. But that should be fine. Out of that batch, I only had 3 hatch. So that's a problem. That's a problem when you talk about me trying to get rid of him and when can I get rid of him. So I don't know. The plan was to take him to an auction that's coming up at the 3rd weekend of this month and sell him after this batch of eggs hatch. So I have another batch of eggs. I don't know how they're going to do. I don't know if they're kind of Some of them are older, some of them are not. Like I don't know if they'll hatch or not, so I'm gonna put them in the incubator. But I thought I would have more hatch than 3. So right now I am like at a crossroads, and I don't really know what to do, whether to go ahead and sell him because I'm done with him. I don't know if I'm done with the death layers or not. I want to see how they sell at this auction. So if they sell like really good at this auction, I'll put up with that joker just to sell birds for this summer. But I don't know. We're down to me taking the net into the coop every time I go in there. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to that coop and run, and I can't do it without catching him, putting him in a cage or something, or tying him to the fence or something. So I really need to do something soon because he's not safe for me. And he might act different somewhere else. He may act this way because he is in a coop, I don't know. It is in Locust. Mom, your dog just opened the door and walked on in. What? You need to go outside? You go outside? Oh, hang on. Sell a rooster and buy a new one at the same auction. They don't have them at that auction. Follow Random Okie Farms around. She's really good at identifying the sweet ones. She is, but they cost money. That's the thing. And I'm not even sure I like the death layer breed. Like they're pretty and everything. I'm not sure. So they lay white eggs. Normal size eggs. If they lay as long as they say they do, and I don't know because my hens are young, that's kind of cool when you think about a food source when crap hits the fan, right? But I got a mean rooster. And they're just seem like a normal breed to me. Kelly's leaving the room. So I don't know if it's worth it, and I have no idea where I was going with that. Doesn't Cassie have extra roosters? Cassie always has extra roosters, but she doesn't have the death layer. She's Fowler Family Farm has her death layers, or at least her rooster and some hens. I don't know, but she has the white one. They're white, but they're called silver, and I have the golden ones. And so I don't know. So I have these 3. I need to hatch some more. I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's no telling what I'm going to do. Don't believe me when I say something on a video, because the truth is I don't know. My cousin Michael has a YouTube channel about, I don't know what kind of chicken that is. What's special about that chicken that I can't say the breed name? Tell me about that, Jovita. She's always got a passful of roosters she's taking to the auction. Yeah, because she hatches eggs. She's got that fancy incubator, which hatches those eggs, and you never know what's going to come out. Half of them are roosters, and she's always taking them to the auction. My preacher gave me the cutest pair of calico Goshen bantams. They're so cute. I'm going to use them to train my new baby Australorps. Train them. Use them to train them. Train them for what? After being on this live, I'm going to board up windows and add extra locks. You just want to go back to that, don't you? I read that wrong. Okay, Willow says he may just have been a jerk of a rooster. Yeah, that's a possibility. But he is very mean. He is vicious, and he will get you as you're leaving. He's just vicious. I ought to film it. I ought to set it. So to film it though, I need 2 or 3 cameras set up for you to see just how how much of a psychopath he is. Virginia, hello. Chestnut Hills Farmstead. Hey, Lorie, I think this is the first time I've caught a live. Well, I'm glad you caught a live. I don't have anybody to banter with, so it might not be as exciting. But we were talking about serial killers earlier. If you want to rewind and listen to that, that was, I don't know, kind of exciting. Let's see. What else? She usually charges for the first visitors to her live, so be ready to get a bill. That and people who are late, first-time visitors and late comers, they get bills. They're being invoiced in the mail tomorrow. I never saw you. To go in and out of the coop, they are dumb. So what's weird though, I can go in, and if I bring in the red bucket with food, he will attack. He will hit the bucket. If I go in and clean their water out with a brush, he's not as bad. And when I clean it out and I dump the water, he's happy. Like, okay, I'll go get the buckets and fill the water back up, and he's fine. He's fine with that. And then when I get done and I start to leave, he's not so fine anymore. He's a jerk. But if I put the food in, or if I go into the coop, it's like you don't turn your back on him. You should be sure to go back to that part. Yeah, you need to. There's a story that goes along with it. There's a reason I got on that topic. I wonder if the way Gary Walker has been training his Tom Turkey will work on a jerk rooster. I tried. I got some bad comments in that video, the first video, the only video I did showing that. Man, one woman was pretty rude, but I held him. I caught him with a net and I held him down. And then I did a video, started out the video where I go in and catch him with a net and carry him out of the coop and put him in a kill cone. I don't think they call them kill cones as they advertise them. I don't know what they call them when they advertise them, but it's a kill cone. It's one of those cones you put the bird in and the head hangs down, and you know, that's when you were going to process a bird. I didn't really process him, obviously, because he's still with me, but that was just the start of the video, and there were some people that didn't like that, but I knew that would happen. Wonder, let's see, Nick's got to double down. Send the birds to their house. Good morning, Lorie. So late, so happy to catch you live. I am alive. Sharon, where are you? It's not morning here. It's 8:10 in the evening here. Oh my gosh, I've been on here a minute, haven't I? How much is your late fee? I need to look at my finances. I need to look at my feed bill to determine that right now. I'll get back with you on that. If it worked, might be a good for Brandon to use on that one rooster. I know, right? I think he's probably in a similar situation where, I mean, I don't know, but that's a good looking rooster he has, and that might be why he still has it, because he's using it. He's collecting the eggs and putting them in the incubator. Yes, on the flares, use their gun room. Don't worry about the comments. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I will tell you, I don't answer them immediately. If you see a bad comment and I answer it, I've answered it on purpose. I have deleted some. I got an email that I still haven't responded to, and I probably, if I'm smart, never will, because it ain't worth it. But if I answer, I have thought about it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. A chicken ball. Why don't you buy a chicken ball cages? I don't know that. You think that rooster would be dinner? Yeah. Oh, well, they don't come back from work. Peggy, I may or may not have kicked this bird a few times. The stupid thing comes back. Like, which video, Willow? The one about I think the one about where I was going to process him, or the one where I held him down. I caught him in the net and held him down. But the one with the processing, where I was going to process him, I think it was like, this is going to make some people mad, or don't hate, or something like that. I'm just looking for a rooster dinner when I saw that video. So normally, but I want to sell him. I want to see. I hope I didn't like time somebody out or something. South Africa. And it is 3 a.m. What? And Sharon is a member. Well, thank you, Sharon. It won't get Kelly. There's no reason for me to answer that stupid email. I'm not. If I'm, no, there's no reason. It's stupid. The video where I had him down, that was like last summer. I can't even tell you the title. I can't. So I don't know. So like some of you who have roosters know, but some of you don't know that you can like, they call it hypnotizing the rooster, to where you put its head down on the ground and you draw a line in front of it. You put its head down, you draw a line in front of it, and it will lay there. It will just go limp and just looking at that line for several seconds. Some of them, it depends on the rooster, how long they lay there. But they say it's like hypnotizing a rooster. And I even have a video of that way back in the beginning. I need to make another one, but like way back in the very beginning of the channel. No need to go back there and look at the very beginning. I'll do another one. But so when I took the net and I laid him down, he just laid there. And took the net off and held him there, and he just laid there. And so when I got up, he just laid there. And so in the thumbnail is a picture of him laying down. And so the thumbnail is going to have something like, they're more likely my face is on it, but he'll be like in the background somewhere laying down. And it'll have something to do with something's wrong with one of the animals, or something bad happened, or I don't even know. I don't remember. But I do remember he was laying down in that video. And somebody got mad about that. Somebody got mad that I held him down, and then he laid there when I got up. Like, I wasn't on top of him, but I was holding him down, But that's just what they do. Although I held him down yesterday and he did not. As soon as I released him, he got up and he was ready to fight. When I lived in Key West, there was a rooster that lived my windows. It would even run off the Rottweiler. They are protected down there, I told the cop that lived across from me, if I ever caught him. Roosters are protected? Is that what you're saying? It's a good round cage that you put a chicken in so he can roam free. Oh, hey, that's pretty dang cool. But not fly away or get caught by prey. That is pretty cool. I didn't know that existed, Jackie. What the heck? And what's it called? I'm going to have to look that up. If it ain't too expensive, I'm on that. I'm all about that. Wait, how's he going to breed? How's he going to breed? If I can put Batman in there, Batman can roam around in his little cage. He's a free range bird. My rooster is broken. You can't make everyone happy. Sure can't. And I quit trying. It did not take me long. I learned faster than that rooster does. My grandma put him on the chopping block, then plucked feathers. Wow. So they were protected. Roosters were, why? There's a lot of things on the farm that disturbs folks, and the negative comments come rolling in on a video. They don't understand farm life, I guess. I'm not a farmer or homesteader. Yeah, some people do not like. I don't know. Why watch the homestead and farming channels if that stuff is going to offend you? Go to PETA's page. I don't know what to tell people that get upset like that. A coyote might have with a chicken ball. Oh, you don't think it would protect? You don't think it would be protected from a coyote? Coyote. But understand it. Yeah. Just do it your way and don't look back. Chickens in general are protected. That's crazy. Roosters and chickens roam wild in South Florida. That's stupid. That really is. I get chickens from my grocery store because I don't want chickens to be hurt. Now, can you see a coyote running off with a chicken ball with a chicken in a ball? No, but I would catch it on video, and somebody be mad at me because I didn't go after it. I would have been a homesteader and my life had gone a little different. Can't read it. Born not healthy. So put a wrench in what my young self would have liked to do. That's unfortunate. That really is. Amazon has those balls. Those balls are called chicken orbs. You guys are cracking me up. Hey, I need to get off here. I've been on here an hour and 16 minutes. I realize that Amy at Living in Abundant Grace Homestead has not been in here an hour and 16 minutes, but I have, and most of you have, and I'm sure we're all tired. So Amazon's cheapest are, I can't read, $33. But if you have any time, you could make leftover goat fence. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for coming in. Be sure to check out the links below. There may or may not be something you're interested in, but if there is something interested in, use my link and discount code so that I get credit. Thank you guys.